to town, from London to Taiwan. I've been all around the globe trying to protect your soul.
Hold me close till I get up. Time is barely on our side. I don't wanna waste what's left. The storms we chase are leading us, and love is all we'll ever trust. Yeah, no, I don't wanna waste what's left. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, till my shadow turns to sun rays. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, and on we'll go. Finding life along the way, melodies we haven't played. No, I don't want no rest. Echoing around these walls, fighting to create a song. I don't wanna miss a beat. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, till my shadow turns to sun rays. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, and on we'll go. And we'll grow in number, fueled by them to see the horizon, turn us to thousands. And we'll grow in number, fueled by them to see the horizon, turn us to thousands. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, till my shadow turns to sun rays. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, and on we'll go.
Nightmares creep while you and me repeat. This bittersweet heat is suffocating. I'm waiting and always hesitating. Kryptonite desires set my heart afire. Heart on fire. Set my heart afire.
Welcome to the inaugural XP Esports High School League. The future of high school esports is here. XPHSL have developed an exciting regional-based conference league for the gamers of Queensland. High schools and their Rocket League players will be divided up into 3 separate conferences. Conference A of Great Brisbane, Conference B of Coastal Line Schools, and the Academy League, chance to rank up and play with the best next term. Teams within each conference will fight for survival in a 4-week round-robin regular season. The top performing teams within a conference will go head-to-head in a single elimination knockout stage. Once the conference winners have been crowned, they will then go head-to-head in a must-see grand final, a battle of Queensland's greatest. Each of our grand finalists will earn a one-on-one coaching session with RLCS Oceania team, Canberra Havoc. They'll also earn the official XPHSL HSL season flag, a Computer Alliance prize pack, and 3 ZQ Gaming series chairs. The league's runners-up will score a runners-up trophy as well as a Computer Alliance prize pack. Make sure you subscribe to the XP Esports YouTube channel. Tune in to all the high school Rocket League action each Monday at 4:30 PM Australian Eastern Standard Time. The XP Esports High School League is brought to you by Computer Alliance, BLK, and ZQ Racing Gaming Chairs.
Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to the final week of the regular season of the XP Esports High School Rocket League. It's been a fantastic journey thus far, and today we conclude the first stage of this tournament. Now, it's not the end. It's not the final day. We still will have one more week when we get to our knockout stage and our grand finals. However, throughout the round robin, it all comes to a close today. Both schools in Conference A and in Conference B will only be competing in one match to determine whether or not they will advance to the top 4 of their division and make it to, essentially, you know, that Sweet 8 spot, those quarterfinals, whatever you'd like to call it, the beginning of the knockout stage. They've only got one more chance to make it there. But first, before we get too deep into that action, a quick shout out and thank you to all of the sponsors who help put together this event. Outstanding. Not to mention that full 180 recline, the neck and lumbar pillows, the adjustable armrests, everything about this chair is absolutely fantastic. Furthermore, as well, a shout out to the Canberra Havoc for helping to provide, you know, some of the coachings for the winners right there. As you can see, a very skilled, top-level Oceanic Rocket League team. So definitely the coaching from them will be very much appreciated for whoever wins. And then, of course, we have our little video as well, I do believe, from our other sponsor being BLK. So yeah, big thank you to BLK and as well as our, you know, official tech provider as well, the Computer Alliance. They're putting together the prize pools as well for the winners of this tournament. So a big thank you to all of those sponsors. However, we need to move ahead to the action at hand. As I mentioned before, only one game will be played by all the teams today. However, that does not mean we're only going to be showing one game. In fact, we are going to be showing both of them. Well, I should say, both a game from Conference A and Conference B. The usual, like we go through it, it will be Conference A playing in the first matches of the day, Conference B in the second matches of the day. And if we take a quick look at those standings right now, we can sort of see where they are each at. Now, for Conference A, STMC Black, they are still undefeated. But in the games that we're seeing today, it will be Chisholm Green fighting to get into that top 4 against the Makos Maroon, another team with that same standings. You'd have to think for both of these squads it's sort of a win and hopefully a get-in type situation, because the Redbacks first, that other 3-3 team, well, they're going to be going up against STMC Gold, a team that's trying to hang on. So if it goes sort of what's projected, you would think that STMC will hold on, and it does mean the winner of this game between Chisholm and the Makos Maroon will most likely be advancing. Obviously, we'll wait and see how tiebreakers possibly play out moving forward in that. Then in Conference B, where we're going to see our second game, it's going to be the MFAC Beasts taking on the Marauders one. Now, the Beasts looking to finish their split undefeated. The Marauders have already secured their place in the top 4, as well as Good Shepherd Origin. Really, it's that battle for that 4th spot right now between the two schools from Chisholm. Or I should say the two teams from Chisholm, Steel and Stealth. Now, they are not going to be playing against each other. It's sort of a win-and-in situation for the Steel, as they're going to be playing against Trinity College too. And I'm feeling pretty confident that they're going to hold on to that. So the top 4 for Conference B looks pretty locked in. Conference A, however, this is where the real battle is. This is going to be one of those games that determines possibly who advances. So Chisholm Green versus Mako Maroons. It's going to be an exciting match for sure. As I do believe, do we have a chance to just take a look at all the matches all together right now? If we cut to that? Nope, we said we're just taking a look at the Academy League, which is well and good because they are still playing their last round today as well. SCMC Unicorns still looking pretty good. They are on top. They will be playing against the Roosters today as well, so that number 1 versus number 2 team is going to be going down in the Academy League. Now, we will not be live streaming it, but we will be recording that game for you to check out on YouTube. So please, please, please go ahead and check out those Esports Socials, and you'll be able to find who kind of takes out that Academy League today once it's uploaded on YouTube. It's going to be a very good match for sure. Again, two teams from the same school, Unicorns versus Roosters. Look, I'm more of a fan of Unicorns. I've got to say, I've got to go for the mythological beasts in this one, not just because they're undefeated, but more of a Unicorn fan than a Rooster fan. That's just how it is. Sorry, you're going to have to roll with that. So it's still going to be an exciting game, that is for sure. So again, please be sure to check it out when those videos are uploaded onto YouTube. Go ahead and check out that Twitter as well for announcements and highlights taken from them, because the Academy lead is going to be getting love. That said, it does look like we are kicking off with our first match of the day. Chisholm Green on the blue side, Makos Maroon on the orange side, and already Lasso from one Chisholm Green is going to get that opening goal 1 second in off of the kickoff. As we take a look at the replay right here, you can see just a bit faster to the ball, and unfortunately for the Makos Maroon, unable to react in time. And well, all right, I think we're going to be getting a remake, because something clearly did not go right there, as that game shouldn't have been a one and done. We're not playing sudden death right at the start. There could have been connectivity issues, so we will figure that one out and then get back to you on that. So apologies for that. I believe the max score was possibly even set for one. Maybe they wanted to go sudden death. I'm not too sure. Either way, that game, unfortunately, is not going to count. So, well, or fortunately, I suppose, if you're a fan of Makos Maroon. Really, fortunately all around. I don't know why I said unfortunately. Perhaps a force of habit. There's nothing unfortunate about a one-and-done game not being included. That was a bit spooky right there. However, we are going to be getting back into the game hopefully as soon as possible for our, proper kickoff between Chisholm Green and the Makos Maroons. During this time, I would like to throw out there, yes, you're seeing my eyes occasionally sort of drift over to the right, or I guess your left. That is because I do see that Twitch chat. So if you have any questions, anything you would like to ask in terms of strategy, how these teams are played, please, please, please feel free to interact. Please feel free to write them down. I will answer. I will respond. I will help you out. So I am watching you today, Twitch chat. You should be aware I'm watching you. So no funny business either, all right? I expect good behavior from all of us as we are quickly getting it back into this game. Once again, it will be Chisholm Green on the blue side, Makos Maroon on the orange side. I guess orange is a bit closer to Maroon than what blue would be. Especially, you know, since most of these schools, in fact, all these schools are from Queensland, you would rather be maroon than blue. Kickoff this time, once again, is gotten to first by the Chisholm side. It was a double commit on the kickoff. BTP nearly gets that first shot, but this time it's Marshall who is able to bang it in. So, all right, it took a little bit less time than the first goal. This time it took 5 seconds as opposed to 2, but Chisholm do get their goal back, and once again, they are going to be in the lead. So, already, I've kind of seen 2 sort of sketchy kickoffs coming from this Makos side, MSHS. I want to see better kickoffs from them, but they don't even like to commit for it. It seems they'd rather play defensive plays off of that opening kickoff, and I can't say I've seen this strategy be adapted with too much success in the past. Maybe it's worked for them to get to where they are in this tournament, but I'd like to see them actually step forward and sort of contest the kickoff in this one, as once again, it does look as if Chisholm is going to be trying to set up a bit of an attack. Lasso, unfortunately, caught in no man's land, isn't able to bang it through the corner. So, counterattack opportunity for the Makos right now. Good play off the wall coming from Dead, but he's unable to get that second touch. And a good booming clear actually coming from Lasso on this Chisholm side. Ball up in the box. No one going to go up for it on the blue side. Instead, they're going to wait for the defense to commit and possibly try to sneak it underneath. Dead does the smart thing, pulls away, but a little bit of a disaster. Makos players bumping into each other. That's going to slow the clear attempt, give the defense from Chisholm some time to react and prepare. And you can see Marshall already catching it in the corner, but Rennie, the beast, will get pressured down. He will play through that corner. Rennie again with a nice touch, but BTP able to get the dunk on him and turn the favor back on the blue side. Nice pass into the box. Unfortunately, a little bit too slow for Marshall to turn it into a shot, but it does commit the defense. Double commit as well. Both of them miss. That shot's got to go in from Marshall. BTP's shot is high as well, but the third man, Marshall, yet again, he's going to be the one to bang it through, and we are looking at a 2-0 Chisholm lead. Now, it was Lasso who took the first shot. My apologies right there. I digress. Marshall able to knock that one in. The third man is the deadliest time and time again, and Chisholm Green have themselves a 2-0 lead to start off this best of 5. So still a lot of Rocket League to play. Makos Maroon still not getting those kickoffs that they want. Every single time it is this Chisholm side, you know, getting that more aggressive start. Dead with a nice bump is able to wrangle control, and a triple commit. Everyone from Chisholm out of position. BTP Cruzy able to recover and make that save. They survive a very, very hazardous positional misplay for their side, but BTP's speed is enough to make that initial save. Dead now is going to put a shot on target off at that top crossbar, more so the backboard. And unfortunately for MSHS, the Makos, they haven't been very fast in terms of their recovery in this sense. They like to play passive, they like to sit back, and as a result, I feel like they're starting to miss some opportunities. They need to be a little bit more offensive minded, push up a little bit further on the pitch perhaps. Maybe we'll see it right now. It's a good pass from Dead, looking to connect with Brenny. Unfortunately, Brenny doesn't get the touch he's looking for, and will have the ball stolen away. So another slow attack, read and defended quite well by this Chisholm Green side, as we see some bumps all left, right, and center right now. Everyone's starting to bump into each other. Dead going for a late flick, unable to make contact with the ball, but I like to see the attempts on those ceiling shots. They're obviously very difficult, a high mechanical skill play to pull off, but when you connect on them, those shots can come from out of nowhere and can definitely catch defenses off guard. So I kind of want to see MSHS return back to that in the future. Now, moving forward in this one, ball in the air. No one quite committing to it. Marshall instead is going to try to get around it. Actually gets bumped off by his own teammates. So the ball again rolling around in no man's land. This time it's going to be Demo who will be the first one to it. Just puts a little meatball towards the net. Dead as well, going to do the same. Not a lot of power coming from the Makos Maroons shots at this stage. They're hitting the ball in the right place, but with no power behind it. As soon as they really start to hit that sweet spot, as they're banging it down, I think they're going to have more success in sort of setting it up. But as it stands, they are giving Chisholm so much time to sort of play reactionary and really make a read where the ball's going to go. However, I am seeing some, miscommunications and disorganizations currently from this Chisholm Green defense. They're definitely struggling to clear it out of the corner right now. Brenny, can't get the touch he's looking for, and here comes Lasso on the punish. Straight down the middle, and Chisholm Green take a 3-0 lead, and that might be enough to take this opener, because I have yet to see any sustained offense, unfortunately, coming from this Makos side. Very unfortunate first game for the orange side, but if you're a fan or a student from Chisholm Green, you're going to be feeling pretty good right now, because your side does appear to be the faster team. Definitely the team more willing to take those shots, and definitely getting more velocity on the ball as well. So pretty much everything going in Chisholm's favor at the moment as Marshall tries to go for a 50 into the box. Dead able to steal it away, doesn't quite get that next touch that he needs, and that will mean Lasso should be able to wrangle the ball. Going to see what he can do with it right now. Brenny challenges, does not win that 50-50. Next, Marshall will push forward. Again, knocking the ball towards the goal. Going up for it is Dead. Now, Dead is a player on the Makos Maroon, actually, who I've noticed before. He is not afraid to go for it, so definitely someone to watch moving forward in this one. I think if Dead starts to feel himself a little bit more, starts to get, you know, a bit higher and a bit more velocity, he could be someone that the Makos can play around. As it stands, ball still kind of floating around in no man's land. Brenny the Beast going to throw it back towards mid-pitch. Someone's got to catch that pass. Dead eventually gets it, but it was a little bit too slow. The defense able to react. 20 seconds remaining, 3-0 deficit. We're looking at the shutout until Dead gets a flick past two defenders, but cannot get it past Cruzy, and the follow-up shot from Brenny the Beast does not even connect with the ball, and that could have been an opportunity to find the goal. Unfortunately for the Makos, it's not meant to be, at least in game number one. A pretty cruisy game for Chisholm Green, all things said and done, and they are going to take that first one with a solid 3-0 victory. 2 goals for Marshall gives him the MVP honors. Look, not too much really to break down about that game. The faster team won it. Often that ball was kind of rolling around in no man's land, and especially for the first 2.5, 3 minutes, the Makos just seemed hesitant to push forward and actually try to turn what was a neutral situation into a positive situation. They were very much more keen to sort of play reactionary and maybe look for missteps from the Chisholm Green side. Unfortunately for them, Chisholm Green, when they're on offense, they're actually pretty disciplined. I mean, mechanically, they were always getting those touches, sometimes even getting those second touches. They were just able to keep constant pressure on them, and as a result, they were able to find a couple goals, sometimes just straight down the middle. Now, on defense for Chisholm, a little bit of a different story, actually. That's where their communication did break down a little bit, and that's kind of more reason why I did want to see the Makos push forward at times and really challenge them, because I feel like Chisholm Green, when challenged, will not look as strong or as stable as they did, especially throughout the first half of that game. Now, it is a best of 5, so you still have at least 2 more games to sort of turn your strategy around. I do believe the Makos may be able to. I do want to see more pass plays. I want to see a bit more aerial prowess as well from both of these sides. This is a game, you know, to get into that playoff situation. So, and if you want to succeed in the playoffs, you're going to have that aerial game down packed. We are cutting back to the pitch right now. We are getting ready for game number 2. Once again, Chisholm Green, 1 game up on the blue side, Makos Maroons on the orange side. A silent kickoff to take in the atmosphere. I'm just kidding. That was really just so I could steal a drink of water. Either way, we are back onto this pitch right now. Marshall putting on those first shots. Lasso unable to follow that one through, unfortunately. So at the moment, again, ball rolling around in no man's land, and once more it's Chisholm Green able to get there first. And this has been that repeated process. Like, a player will go for a 50-50, and it's almost as if Makos assume they're just going to lose out, and they fall back on defense instead of trying to push that next man forward. Finally, Dead is able to do that, and right away, you see, by pushing forward with the ball in a neutral position, they get a banger of a shot through. Unfortunately for this Makos side, it's not going to go in. However, I like that play. I want to see more of that from this orange side. Chisholm has been kind of getting away with a little bit too much in my eyes. It's time to actually challenge this team, because we know if Chisholm is able to play the way they want, they are going to succeed and they are going to win these games. Lasso nearly gets a nice dribble through. It does get taken away at the end, but still going to keep that offensive pressure down. Going up for it is challenge ball. No man's land, and there we see the second challenge once more coming from Dead. So definitely a situation where the Makos are looking to be a bit more aggressive with their challenges. Now, granted, this is in their own corner, so they're probably feeling in a situation they're forced to. If I start seeing these challenges in a more neutral part of the pitch, like the middle of the pitch, then I'm going to be more complimentary of this orange side. As it stands right now, that was sort of plays where if they didn't make them, they would have had goals scored against them. Dead right now, though, is going to go ahead, take it to the blue side of the pitch, and here's where we've seen Chisholm struggle a bit before. Ball in a neutral spot, and it is Demo pushing forward. Does look good. Actually makes a second defender miss, trying to go for the slow dribble. Marshall able to steal it away. Cruzy trying to take it out as well. Lost, so great bump onto Demo. Actually going to go ahead and disrupt the follow through. Dead's going to be the one who pushes forward, has the boost, put a little too much oomph on the first touch, but the second touch is so good. And Dead, with a fantastic solo play, gets the first goal for the Makos Maroon. Their first lead in the series, their first goal as well. As we watch that replay, the extra effort to bang it through. Absolutely what the doctor ordered for this Makos Maroon side, and they are back in this series. Do or die, you lose this series, there is zero chance you are making it to that top 4, to the knockout stage. So both these teams playing with survival at the back of their mind right now. Marshall going to go ahead and try for a bit of a solo play. Unfortunately, he put a little bit too much behind that initial touch, so he'll have it stolen from him. And I like the fact that we are seeing a more aggressive Makos side. They're taking shots. That one looks very good. Dead yet again puts a second goal on the board, and the Makos Maroons are turning their favor around. A fantastic setup from Demo, but if I'm going to be critical, once again, Chisholm Green, when their defense starts to get challenged, they just very early go for a double commit. We saw it right there, and the second Demo was able to beat out both defenders, that was an open goal for Dead to knock it in. Disciplined defense is always so important, sending one player at a time, keeping one member back. If you go for those double commits and you mess it up, you're going to get burned. So, very interesting situation right now. 2-0 in favor of the Makos Maroons, looking to turn the series into a proper one. As 3-0 series, I've said it before and I will say it again, do not count. They are not proper series. They are just exhibitions for the winning team. That's not what we're seeing right now. Brenny the Beast looking for a bit of a breakaway, though, trying to make it that 3-goal cushion. Dead, going to play off the wall, but it's sort of an awkward double commit coming from this orange side. I'm not quite sure what Demo was going for. It could have been a pinch attempt, but it was a bit too difficult for them to pull off, and as a result, they will lose a bit of momentum, but good mid-pitch play initially actually gets stopped by Lasso, who is a player to watch. I think Lasso is someone who can bring it back. Lasso on this Chisholm Green side has been, you know, the one who's been pushing forward, the one who's been getting those initial challenges. Game number 1, it was turning into a lot of goals. Game number 2, he hasn't had as much success with them, and largely this does come from the Makos Maroon being more willing to go for that second touch. Now it's going to throw it back to that Chisholm Green side. They're being challenged a bit more for the second touches. These second 50s, they have been losing, and they need to find a way to start winning those moving forward. As it stands right now, minute 30, a Demo into a goal! Dead yet again, making it happen as we watch this replay right here. Dead with the setup, but more importantly, Dead with the Demo onto Lasso, opens the door up for Brenny, and you cannot ask for a better goal than that. Dead bringing his team back from the dead, one could even say, as off at the kickoff as well. We'll put a bit more offensive pressure for this Makos Maroon side. Brenny, ooh, it's a good pass, but not going to be caught by Demo. Dead now racing back on the defense, but is beaten out by BTP Cruzy. Fortunately for this Makos side, you still have your third defender. Able to clear it on through. Ball in the box. No one making that commit just yet. That's an angle, and that's yet another goal. The hat trick for Dead, as he is helping the Makos Maroon run away with this second game. Watch this angle again. I'd say that's about 78 degrees. 78, maybe 75, maybe 75. Either way, a very tough angle, but it does go through. A clean swish as well, as the rims, or I suppose the crossbar, not included on that shot or that angle. Marshall going for the solo play, not going to be able to win out on the 50-50. Lasso throwing it back into the box as well, but no one quite there, so pace slowing down a little bit, perhaps. A good setup for the Makos. Not quite going to find that shot yet. A lot of defenders, although it is a double commit. Fortunately for this blue side, Dead doesn't get the touch he's looking for. Demo, however, is going to try to flick it, but that's a bit of a meatball. Brenny this time able to catch the pass. Shot on target. Lawson able to make the save. Lasso, I should say, is Dead. Throws it back into the box. A double commit, and the ball goes over the top of him. One defender left, but no third man attacking for this Makos side as we hit our final 20 seconds. And we're looking at another shutout, this time going the other way. So 2 one-sided affairs. Each case, though, going into one team. First, it was Chisholm Green. The second game, it is the Makos Maroon. So a very interesting series, a very even series, despite 2, very different games right now. Really hard to judge where this one is going to go. I don't think the scoreline is really reflective of how evenly matched these 2 teams are. And that is something to be expected in a game with 2 teams tied in the standings, fighting to stay alive, fighting for that chance to make the top 4. So very, very exciting game so far. Very, very clutch game so far. I'm loving the turnaround performance out of Dead on this Makos side. I did say he was going to have to step up after that game 1 performance, and he has done that and then some. He gets himself the hat trick. Really, I want to give him credit for all 4 goals as well, because his Demo was what enabled that 4th goal. And looking back on the Chisholm side, I mean, I feel like they're playing safe. And unfortunately, safe doesn't win you tournaments. Safe doesn't advance you to the next rounds. For the most part, they're making that good contact, but I don't know. They're lacking that aggressive edge. I'm not seeing the bumps. I'm not seeing the demos from them. I'm not seeing the follow-through. I'm just seeing them focus hard on making that good first initial contact. And that's about it. It's not really forward thinking. And then on defense, sometimes they panic. Sometimes they double commit, and then they get burned. So I want to see a bit more from the Chisholm side in terms of innovation, perhaps. In terms of speed, almost certainly. And just in terms of getting big, banging hits on the ball. These are three aspects that, you know, pretty basic stuff, pretty basic mechanics, and I'm not saying they're lacking in them, far from it. These are basic mechanics that I feel every team needs to work on and improve on in Rocket League. That said, we are going back to the pitch. It is going to be game number 3 right now. Winner of this does move on to match points, so definitely an important one, and we are starting to see Makos now actually go for those kickoffs. That is something that we were lacking in game number 1 from this orange side, so good to see they have adapted on that front. Makos as well, looking to put in that initial goal, but instead, defensive mindset rearing its ugly head, giving Chisholm Green an opportunity to score. Unfortunately, it not able to connect. KTP was going up for it. Now it's just Marshall on defense. Gets that booming clear that was lacking from game number 2. Lasso going to push forward through the corner. He's looking for the touch. He gets it. Brenny the Beast. Awkward angle. Gets bumped out by Lasso. Dead. Playing that corner post defense, able to save it away right now, and he's looking to go the distance. Just needs one more touch. The ball a bit too far out in front of him. Does bounce off the backboard, and Lasso's going to go ahead and clear it to a safe spot for now. Brenny the Beast in the box, challenged by Lasso. Throws it up in the air, but this time, once again, the Makos Maroon are going to be the first team to the ball. What I find interesting is the Makos Maroon were by far the slower team in games number 1, but so far games 2 and 3, they've actually picked up the speed and the pace, and you can see Dead in particular always making sure to steal those boosts away, keep the momentum and the resources on this orange side. That is a good way to sort of long-term thinking, set yourself up for more opportunities in the future, but you need to burn out the boost, and unfortunately in that instance they weren't able to turn it into too much. Marshall going for a double touch actually. Doesn't have the height to fall through, and that ball's rolling very awkwardly back to the blue side of the pitch. Lasso's going to go ahead, go for the solo play. Doesn't quite connect on that ground pitch, so instead going to keep it in the air, trying to pass it to Marshall, who beats out Brenny the Beast. Scoring opportunity for Chisholm. Shot from Lasso. That's going to be good. And it is 1-0 for Chisholm Green as we watched the replay right there. You just almost saw it in slow motion. Dead, unable to make that backward read as the initial setup was a bit too fast for him. And you knew someone from Chisholm was going to come screaming through. This time it's going to be Lasso. And that is a critical 1-0 lead in this third game. Now, we have yet to see any sort of game actually not be a shutout. So I'm hoping Makos Maroon, maybe they can put something together right here. Maybe we can get our closest game yet thus far. This has been a pretty even one. Only one goal in the first 2 minutes is a little bit surprising. As, no touch from Lasso nearly opened the door right there for the Makos Maroon. That could have been what they were looking for. Fortunately, if you're a fan of Chisholm, not going to get punished for that. Going for the slow dribble, does get out the triple commit. Marshall's got to throw this into the box, but not enough power to find the punish. That could have been in the opening. Lasso still thinks he has it. Fantastic save coming from this orange side. I do believe Brenny was actually the one who saved it and then caught his own save. Looking for that shot is dead, but will be caught by Lasso. Now Demo going to try and follow it through. Marshall does make the easy clear, but kept it in the box. Almost was a dangerous situation. Fortunately, teammates were there. I'm still not sure I like that choice. I did. Box play right now makes me very nervous from both these teams just because of how slow at times they can be when getting to the ball. How does that one sneak through? Lasso making it a 2-0er, and I want to watch the replay right here as we catch this. Lasso just going for a clear and a bit of an awkward miss right there from Demo. A little bit inexcusable. You cannot afford to make misses like that. Not in Rocket League. Not with an open goal like that. So unfortunate play for the Makos Maroons. Demo looking for redemption off the kickoff. No! Lasso able to get underneath and make the save by bumping the ball up that top crossbar. I thought we were getting the perfect redemption story, but not today as Chisholm Green, 2-goal lead, 2 minutes remaining. They are looking to get to match point. They are looking for their chance to get to that top 4 and advance. Shot nearly able to find its way in from Dead. Unfortunately, just a little bit too far to the left, and not a good situation for Makos. Under 2 minutes to go. They still need 2 goals to try and take this one 2 in overtime. Dead going to play setup man, throws a pass to the middle. Demo slowly gets to it, but does get there indeed as Chisholm more content to play defense, and now they're looking to punish on that counterattack. Lasso, accidentally winds up underneath the ball, trying to regain control. By that time, however, the offensive momentum should have been lost. Makos Maroon, though, a bit slow on the clear as well. Does mean more offensive pressure will be placed by Chisholm Green. Minute 24 to go. Time ticking against the Makos. Their biggest enemy right now is that clock. As Marshall with a nice little dump off to Lasso, puts a shot down the middle. Good save by Dead to throw it into the corner. Let's see what Dead can do. Ooh, okay. This looks good. Someone's got to go up for it. It will be Demo. However, Lasso able to make that read off the backboard, does clear it through. And that's an awkward miss. That's an open goal situation right now. Chisholm need to bang this one in. That would secure the game. Here comes the shot. It's BTP Cruzy. They had the time. They took the time. Good patient play gets them that goal. Unfortunately, the triple commit on offense did leave the Makos exposed, and I'm not going to be too critical of that triple commit because of the score, because of the situation. You need to find that goal. You need to be desperate to do it, but when you go for the higher risk plays, sometimes you do get burned, and that is what just happened to the Makos Maroons in this one. 48 seconds to go, 3-0 for Chisholm Green. Very similar to game number 1. Looking pretty good. Dead, though, will be able to get one back, and okay. I'm not saying we start screaming about a comeback yet. There's still very little time left in this one, but we get another kickoff goal. We've seen a couple already. We have a game again. So kickoff, super important right now. Can the Makos Maroons bring it back? Here we go. Brenny tries to get that touch, but Lasso able to stop it on the fake kickoff. It doesn't matter, though. Dez trying to set up his team. Top crossbar, able to make a clutch save. 30 seconds to go. They need this score. Makos Maroons, 30 seconds. I imagine they got to get it in the next 15 to realistically have a chance. Demo could have had that shot. Instead, doesn't get the angle. It's more of a pass to Brenny. Dead from underneath. He overcommits, and it's a fantastic defensive touch. And now the ball is going the wrong way. It's going all the way. Perhaps Marshall doesn't get that flick he needs, but it takes off so many precious seconds that the Makos cannot afford to lose. 5 seconds to go. This one's looking pretty done and dusted. Chisholm Green will be advancing to match point in this best of 5. Ooh, the Makos definitely showing that sign of life towards the end. However, and this is a big however, it looked very similar to game number 1, especially in the first half of that game where the Makos were no longer really pushing forward and trying to force those plays on the blue side of the pitch. They were more content to rotate back to defense. And for the second time in this series, that punished them. Chisholm Green, I think they sort of, took the weights off. That might have been holding them down in game number 2, and we saw them play a lot more aggressively. Lasso in particular, night and day performances. He seems unstoppable in one game and then just invisible the next. Well, he was back in this one, and he was back with a vengeance for sure. A lot of those challenges, a lot of those 50s, he was able to win. So Lasso, definitely a player that the Makos have to be mindful of moving forward in this series. Now, taking a quick look at the chat as well, again, a lot of people, they're saying Dead needs to start carrying right now. I see you out there, and I have to agree. Dead probably is the strongest player on the pitch right now. I've seen the best mechanics come from him. I've seen, the closest goals come from him. And realistically, we were a couple millimeters from seeing a tie game. A couple of those shots from Dead were just moments away from falling in, but unfortunately not quite accurate enough. So definitely still within the realm of possibility to see the Makos fight back into this one. It's do or die, a top 4 position on the line. If the Makos drop this game, they are done. If the Chisholm Greens take this one, very good chance they are actually in. So, going to be a very, very tight game as we get ready to kick off game number 4. Hydrate, friends. Super important. Here we go. 5 minutes on the clock. Ball already rolling around on the pitch. BTP Cruzy looking for that initial goal, unable to get that next touch, and that's going to open the door straight down the middle from Brenny. It's going to be stolen away from Marshall. Debo now, pass back to the middle. Good catch by Brenny. Booming pass. Dead's going to catch this. He tries to spike it down. Marshall makes the save, but they cannot stop the follow-through, and Brenny takes the opening goal for the Makos Maroons. That was the most intricate play I think we have seen thus far from the Makos, a true team play, and it pays off. There's a reason why I got excited about that one. That was fantastic to see. I want to see more of that because Chisholm Green, against the pass, they have struggled. In 1v1 matchups, going for 50s, Chisholm looks fine, but once those passes start to come into play, I do believe this defense will get more challenged because they're very likely to bite on that first shot attempt. That's something that we've seen from this team a few times already, so perhaps more passes from the Makos will be required. Again, Brenny has an opening right now. There still is one defender. It's BTB Cruzy. It's a pass set up for Damo, who isn't able to muscle it in. Dead finds that angle, and in less than a minute, it is the Makos Maroon with a 2-0 lead. Starting to fight back in this near heroic defensive effort right there from the Chisholm Green side. They were doing everything they could to hold on, but once again, down 2-0 now. This is a Makos side that wants to take things to a Game 5. Lasso, however, putting on some initial pressure. The fall-through shot by Marshall's not quite accurate enough, and now Brenny tries to get it clear. It's a bit of an awkward touch, but no! Chisholm Green running into each other. Marshall not making contact on the ball. Perhaps a missed opportunity. They're still going to go for a Lasso, throwing the ball up in the air. Where's the third man? Where's Cruzy? Oh, Cruzy. Okay, well, there's Cruzy. He's going underneath the ball at mid-pitch. Definitely not the performance they were looking for in that instance. So Lasso is going to have to try and go for the solo clear from his own side of the pitch. Puts it a bit too far in front of him. Dead's able to catch it. Marshall in a good spot. Again, where is Cruzy? That third man just not willing to go up for the ball. Look, I'm not meaning to sound harsh on Cruzy right now, but with the way how Chisholm Green are playing, Cruzy needs to push a little bit further forward up the pitch and be in position because he is getting some setups perfectly aligned for him. And if he is that little bit further forward, he will be scoring these goals and he will become the star of this team. You can only have so many setups like that, unfortunately, before the defense will start to catch on and shut it down. So very unfortunate for Chisholm Green that they weren't able to capitalize on those couple of opportunities. But 3 minutes remaining. Perhaps they can find that comeback. Marshall now going to try and go for a wall setup, but Brenny the Beast actually gets bumped by his own teammate in order to bang it down. Brenny off of the backboard, looks for that next touch, doesn't have the angle, and Marshall's going to be able to steal it away. Oh, Demo, awkward miss, and Dead with not a lot of boost. He's actually going to save it to push it forward, but Marshall wins a very critical 50-50. There's no one able to fall through on the counterattack. I don't even think Chisholm Green was expecting that 50 to work. Unfortunately, too, because they weren't, they're not able to turn that into a counterattack. So once again, we are seeing the Makos on the offense. BTP Cruzy going to pass it back from Marshall, looking for that bang. Doesn't quite get the contact he's looking for. Perhaps on the second attempt. In the corner, tries to slow play it, but Dead is there waiting. Nice pinch from Cruzy. Good setup, better save by Demo, at least for the moment. Cruzy still going to be looking to push forward. So wins a nice challenge in the air. Ooh. Unfortunate. Marshall was expecting to be playing the corner, not the middle of the pitch. And Dead with the double touch. That might be the icing on the cake for game number 4 right there. Dead out of nowhere finds a very tight double touch, but a double touch nonetheless. Cruzy unable to make the save. And that goal will be the highlight, I feel, of this series when we look back. Absolutely phenomenal individual play by Dead right there to pretty much ice this game unless we see a crazy comeback come from this Chisholm side. Right now, they've got 2 minutes to do it, and it all starts with one goal. One would think, get that first goal, get that momentum back on their side. Rocket League, especially evenly matched Rocket League, is as much a mental game as it is a mechanical game. Lasso with the breakaway, no! He can't get it in. That was the perfect opportunity, and one that you know he's going to want back. Unfortunately, not to be the case right now. Perhaps another opportunity for this Chisholm Green side. Brenny the Beast is going to pass it back to Demo, but that's a bit of a weak touch. Swing and a miss coming from, I believe that was Marshall. Also, though, with the fall through, has a powerful shot. That's going to be a goal, a much needed one for this Chisholm Green side as the defense, oh, you can see right there, double commit gets both Brenny as well as Dead out of position. A very poor miscommunicational play right there for the Makos Maroons, and you cannot afford that. Yes, you have a 3-goal cushion, but you cannot afford to give your opponents any sort of opening just because of how much momentum and how important it's been in the series. BTB goes for the bump. Lasso is able to find the gap nonetheless, and just like that, it took how long? 6 seconds? One misplay, one bad kickoff, and we are back within 1 goal. Chisholm Green looking for that 3-goal comeback in under 2 minutes are now 1 goal away from getting us into a possible overtime situation. Again, Makos, they have to win this game to stay alive in this tournament. They have to win this series, both of these teams, to stay alive in this tournament. So much on the line for each of these schools. Lasso now tries to pass it forward to Marshall, who's going to wrangle possession, tries to go for a 50, but Demo easily will clear it back down to the blue side. Cruzy, that's a big swing and a miss. Demo's going to punish, but no! First save is made, but what the heck? Marshall very, very, very prematurely goes for the pre-jump, and Brenny the Beast is there to bang it through, and once again, Chisholm Green find themselves at a 2-goal deficit. That pre-jump from Marshall, again, that is panic. That is desperation. Sometimes you do have a bit more time than you might realize in stressful situations, and Marshall with that overcommit did let that one by, and dead! Another double touch goal off of the kickoff, and all that momentum that Chisholm Green had fought back for is now dead in the water as Marshall, another misplay unfortunately on defense. That's going to cost possibly Chisholm Green the game in this. Now, I don't want to be too harsh on Marshall at all. These are high pressure situations. This is a high stake game, and he still will have one more chance should we see that game 5. Lasso, though, he's not done yet. He's going for that dribble. He's putting it on target. Demo able to make that save. Marshall in the corner, though. Good setup. Tries to fall through himself. Winds up a little bit too high. With 38 seconds to go, this play has to result in a goal. Otherwise, time is just not going to be on their side. BTB Cruzy, backward setup, but Brenny the Beast knocks it away. That should do it for game number 4. We're going to be going to a 5th game, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to be going the distance in the game with the playoffs on the line. You could not ask for much more. Okay, one more cheeky goal from Lasso right there. All right, you got my attention now. Look, I'm not saying it's going to happen, all right? In fact, I'm pretty confident it won't. But a kickoff goal would make things very interesting right now, would it? Think about that. Think about that one. Here we go. 14 seconds remaining. Do we see the kickoff goal? Not quite, because Dead is able to wrangle possession, although Lasso is able to follow through. This could be an opening. Brenny slows the pace down. 5 seconds remaining. This goal is not going to go in. All right, so that will do it. Timer will hit 0. We do hit empty calorie time as the ball touches the ground. Okay, not quite. Ready? Nice little dunk. Going to try and find the goal. Not yet. All right. All right. Well, eventually the ball will drop. Let's start looking ahead towards game 5. Oh, ooh, hold on. Okay, nope. Okay, Lasso lets it fall. All right. I thought maybe, just maybe, we would have seen the 0-seconder there. That would have been fun. All right, how as it stands, though, look, I got an important message for you all right now, all right? An important message for you right now because it is time for the Game 5 hype. Let's go. Game 5 hype. Let's see it. I'm feeling it right now. This was supposed to be my tactical thing, all right? I was going to write, get demos or things like that on this board. No, right now it is all about that Game 5 hype because that's where we at. I'm slamming things everywhere, breaking everything. My apologies, producer men behind the scenes. Either way, it's just because I'm excited to see a 5th game right now between Chisholm Green and Makos Maroons. This has really had that heavyweight feel, blow for blow. One game goes Chisholm's way, the next game goes Makos' way. Perhaps this 5th game we actually see, an evenly played game from start to finish. Maybe we will see that overtime. That is what I want to see right now. Dead, absolutely phenomenal so far in this series for Makos Maroon, but I also want to throw credit Brenny's way. Brenny the Beast, he had a slow start in the series, but in particular, that game 4, this player stepped up. He was getting so many banging touches. He was winning a lot of his challenges, usually by kind of deading the ball. A lot of what was happening was Brenny would go for the 50-50, not really win it, but it'd be a neutral situation, but Dead was usually there to follow through. And then you always had Demo just sort of sitting back, ready to be that Iron Curtain defense and make those clutch saves. So a fantastic performance from the side. Now, we did see Lasso almost drag his team right back in it. Lasso, absolutely a player to watch, but he's going to have to do it one more time. I don't know. It's a Game 5. It is just so tight. It can go either way. My goodness. This is what you want to see, chat. How are you guys feeling right now? I'm seeing some agreements with that Game 5 hype. I love to see it. You know what I also would really love to see right now is a bit of redemption. Now, I'm not picking favorites in terms of who's winning this game, but I am hoping Marshall, in particular, is going to be able to turn his game around on offense. And when passing the ball, Marshall looks really great. On defense, he's kind of struggled a little bit. He's been a little bit behind the scenes, unfortunately, and we saw that towards the end of the game when it looked like momentum was coming back in Chisholm's favor. A couple of overcommitting and letting nerves get to him and just sort of jumping the gun at times did hold Marshall back. So hopefully Chisholm Green, new game, 0-0 scoreline. You shouldn't be feeling that same level of pressure necessarily. Still should be some pressure, obviously a lot on the line. But Calm it down. Get that mental back under control. Mental is such an important part. Recognize, you know what? As long as I touch the ball, good chance that's going to be enough. So maybe, just maybe, Chisholm can bring it back. We've seen him do it already. After dropping game number 2, they turned it around in emphatic fashion and won game 3 quite handily. Maybe they can do it again in game 5. Chat, I want to see, who do you think is taking this one? Is it going to be Chisholm Green? Is it going to be the Makos Maroons? This is game 5. This is for a potential spot in that top 4, depending on other results a bit. I am assuming STMC is most likely going to win their game, I believe, or no, it was OC Redbacks, I believe. I don't remember the standings. It was so long ago. I'm too caught up in the moment. Let's get this underway. Game 5 hype. And initially, it will be Chisholm Green with that first push, but that's a swing and a miss from Cruzy. Lasso, though, third man, able to keep that offensive pressure there. Where's the rotation? It's bumping into each other, but Marshall is still able to get that touch. Good touch right there, but Brenny able to punch right now straight down the middle. BTP Cruzy, though, is going to slow the pace down. Ball, it's a bit of a meatball. Marshall unable to recover initially, but good play off the wall to, again, keep the offense sort of off balance. Eventually, Dead is able to put that shot, but Cruzy as well as Lasso were waiting in the box, and Cruzy gets another nice touch, trying to set up this Chisholm Green side. Lasso pass into the box. Good touch by Dead. Marshall not able to recover it initially, but is able to fall back. Doesn't get the touch he's looking for. Brenny with no boost, though, unable to punish just yet. Lasso looking to push it forward, but now here comes Dead. We've seen him get some crazy double touches already. So if you see Dead screaming down the middle with possession of the ball, be afraid. He can make that solo play goal. At the moment, however, Brenny is still trying to almost act as that setup man as he's falling back. Oh, a double commit coming from Chisholm. You don't really want to see that. Not now, especially when Dead can take it straight down the middle and force the entirety of this blue side racing back. Marshall, Brenny, go for the 50-50. I'd say Marshall kind of one's out on that one, especially because that was a big miss by Demo. Good positioning by Lasso, but it's a nice read from Dead. No follow-through from Brenny just yet. Marshall now going to go for the solo play. Gets it under Dead, but cannot get it past Demo. That third defender always there. Off the backboard, Brenny goes for the clear. Does get challenged. Able to get next touch. That is enough to make Marshall miss, but a very tight rotation does mean more pressure coming from Chisholm. And a very tight game so far. A lot of solid contact going from each of these teams, and very deep rotations actually on each side. Lasso, how does that go in? Hold on. I saw both Demo and Dead waiting on the other side of the box, but it felt like neither of them were willing to commit to it. As we watch the replay right here, Demo hit the brakes. I think there was a bit of nervousness right there, just trying to make sure Demo was lined up correctly. He hit the brakes, and as a result, that ball is going to roll in. Sort of the opposite problem we saw in the previous game. Too much hesitation as opposed to too much over-eagerness, and that's a very big goal for Chisholm Green, who are now up 1-0. But Lasso, no! Dead able to make the save with the corner defense. I thought Lasso had that flick. That said, not out of danger just yet is the Makos Maroons. Eventually, they do get the ball into the corner. Here we go, Lasso. Actually, no, Marshall steals it away from his teammate, who was going to get himself in a nice booming situation. This could turn the tables around for the Makos Maroons. Will they be able to push forward? Not quite. Lasso now looking to go for that solo play. Good touch by Brenny. Where's the follow through? It's not coming from Demo. It's a swing and a miss, and no one on the defense bites on the fake. Backboard setup. No! Dead unable to get that double touch, but Brenny can put another shot on target. It's a little bit high. Top crossbar coming up with a couple clutch saves right there. Ball in the middle. Dead will be the one who bangs it through. That's going all the way in, and we are tied with 2:21 remaining in a Game 5 situation. Can you imagine if it goes into overtime? My goodness, how great would that be? As it stands, Dead, an absolutely fantastic touch right there. It wasn't the hardest shot ball, but it was accurate enough, and with 2:20 remaining, here we go. The next goal possibly could be the one that takes this series, that takes a team to the elimination stage, and it's coming from Lasso right now off of the kickoff, straight down the middle. Chisholm Green get a fantastic lead, and it was this touch right here, just squeaking it over Benny the Beast. Dead, unfortunately, unable to rotate back around and save it in this instance. And once more, after all of that work the Makos Maroons put to tie this series back up, they've now got to do it all over again. 2 minutes to go. You have to feel like another goal from Chisholm Green probably ends the game. You have to feel like a goal right here from Dead could do it, but the save is made by Lasso. Makos Maroon, they've got just under 2 minutes to tie this bad boy up. Marshall doesn't get the banging clear he needs, so Demo's going to try and push forward. It's a setup for Dead. He's in the skies. He's putting it on target. That's a Demo. pass, but doesn't get the touch, and that's a swing and a miss coming from this orange side. Shot from Cruzy. Save is made by Dead. Followed through by Marshall. Has the ball in an awkward spot, and Lasso is there through the box to punish, and that might do it. A minute 36 to go. 2-goal Chisholm Green back in control of this series. A defensive breakdown, unfortunately, for the Makos. Dead, an uncharacteristic bad touch may have been the catalyst needed for Chisholm Green to secure this one. However, there is still time. We have seen this team score quickly. We have seen Dead, in particular, do some amazing things. Will he have another opportunity for another highlight-esque play? Dead right now should have possession of the ball, but is getting challenged by the likes of Marshall. Brenny trying to slow play it now, will face a double commit. If Dead is able to push it through, it could be an opening, but he was too far pressed forward and is unable to find that shot. So another attack coming from Chisholm. Ooh, BTP Cruzy nearly drops the ball in. 1:04 remaining. Lasso trying to find yet another goal, add another score to this lead of the Chisholm Green side. 1 minute to go. Time working against Team Orange. Dead has the breakaway. He gets the goal, and we are back within one with just under a minute remaining. My goodness, watching the replay right there. Dead even gets the demo to make sure that no one will be able to follow through and make any saves. Dead, so much so the best player on the pitch right now. He is the fastest. He's the one making the most plays. Lasso, probably a close second if we were racing, but it is still a team game at the moment. Brenny puts a shot on target, caught by Cruzy, but Dead's up in the air, keeping that offensive pressure on. Only 9 boosts to work with. What can he do? Tries to set up demo, but has the ball stolen off of him by Lasso, and now, once again, we see the Makos Maroon sort of racing back on defense. Half a minute to go. Brenny the Beast leading the charge. Good steal away from Cruzy. Dead trying to play mid-pitch, but Marshall able to get a fantastic second touch, and now Chisholm Green looking to ice this game. Ball in the box, dangerous spot, but Cruzy does not have the height to end it just yet. Brendy looking to take it back down the pitch. He's going to go for a mid-pitch flick, I feel like, to set up Dead right now. No, he takes the flick himself. It's just a little bit wide to the left. 7 seconds remaining. Dead still looking for that goal. Ball in a very dangerous spot for Chisholm Green. 0 seconds. Do they have that miracle play? Dead has boost. Dead has possession. He's going for a double touch. Does not have the angle underneath it. Demo has the shot, but Dead keeps it alive. Has to get underneath it. Not quite. It is spiked by Lasso, and that is how it ends. Chisholm Green most likely advanced to the top 4. Woo! What a game. What a finish right there. Fighting till the very end. The Makos Maroons, they had their chances. They had their opportunity. Brenny the Beast with that flick beat the defenders. The shot just a couple centimeters off, unfortunately, from getting that equalizer, which could have taken us to that overtime. As it stands, though, Chisholm Green held strong. Lasso, in particular, played out of his mind. He was the only one able to keep up with Dead. And Marshall as well. Talk about a turnaround from game number 4. He was getting so many cheeky, sort of cheating second touches that always threw the Makos back on defense. Bought that little bit more time for the Chisholm Green defense to sort of react, get Cruzy and Lasso back in position, and stop a lot of these Makos attacks. Now, for this Makos Maroon side, unfortunately, a loss does mean they are mathematically eliminated from this tournament. Now, Chisholm Green, I'm not entirely sure if they are in. I do believe they should have made it with that victory, but again, we are kind of waiting to see a few more results, so I'm not going to make that sweeping announcement just yet. As it stands, though, I do believe they're in a good spot. I do believe we will be seeing them in that top 4, so congratulations nonetheless for an absolute banger of a series. We were waiting for that close game. Unfortunately, it came in game number 5. Now, we will be taking a quick break, and when we return, we go to the other side of the table. Marauders versus the Beasts. You know, the top 2 teams on the ladder over there. Yes, they're each in the top 4, but you know what? That number 1 seed is pretty important. That's on the line. Can the Beasts go undefeated? I want to figure that out as well. So stay with us. We'll be right back after a quick break.
I'm waiting and always hesitating. Kryptonite desires set my heart afire. Heart on fire. Set my heart afire.
I told you all it'd be a quick break. I'm already back, but we're not quite kicking off our second game just yet. Before we do, we have a special little highlight video of last week's action. So we're going to cut to that, watch some insane plays, get ourselves hype for what will be the final game streamed of the regular season, of the group stage, the round robin. Let's just have a quick watch first, though. Get that build-up going. Get a bit more of, some of that energy pumping. I mean, I'm still kind of trying to come down a little bit, perhaps, from that last series. Either way, though, it's just going to pick me right back up. So, roll the clips. Let's see what went down last week.
St. Thomas More College Gold sent out a statement to their Ormond College Redback second Rocket League rivals, controlling the ball for an early XP Esports High School League Week 3 lead.
The only normal name gets a bit of a nice touch, it looked like. It was more he was in the way. How does that shot get past the first member? But it cannot get past the second. 4 seconds to go, and it still will be a comfortable win for STMC Gold.
2 games up in the series, STMC Gold entered the third match with confidence. The low-scoring game proved that the Redback Seconds has what it takes to achieve greatness, just not this time round.
The pitch, and with 12 seconds remaining, that will do it for this one. STMC Gold will win, even if we see that next goal, because time is just not in the favor of the OC Redbacks. Get those brooms out. It's a sweep. The ball still bouncing around. Eventually, it will drop. Maybe we'll see a 0-seconder. Oh, all right, keeping it alive. Zafrax does a good job keeping that ball up. Netty from underneath. Nope, gets bumped off of it, and the game will end. So STMC Gold getting it done with a clean 3-0.
Conference B's Good Shepherd Origin completely whitewashed the students of Unity Rockets, scoring a total of 19 goals over the course of the evening. Serious Pro League material.
6 seconds remaining. I don't think we're seeing double digits. I don't think we're seeing the Brazil scoreline. But what we are seeing is a 2-0 match lead going in favor of Good Shepherd Origin. They get one last goal at that 0-second mark.
Adding insult to injury, the Good Shepherd powerhouse did not let Unity Rocket score a single goal outside of the first match, sending a message out to Conference B standings leader MFAC Beasts that they are coming for them.
10 seconds remaining. Tauntaun actually loses possession of the ball, but Mimum is right there to have his back, trying to get that next touch, but not going to find it. Tauntaun will bang it through. Nope! Top crossbar there to make the save, and the ball will hit the ground. 6-0 victory for Good Shepherd Lutheran College Origin. They're going to take the series 3-0 in our second sweep, and oh, I love it.
Don't forget to subscribe to the XP Esports YouTube channel for all our past matches and tournament highlights. The XP Esports High School League is brought to you by Computer Alliance, BLK, and ZQ Racing Gaming Chairs.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the XP Esports High School League. Now, just saw some of the great action from last week, and already we've seen some great action this week as well, but like all good things, eventually they do come to an end. And for 4 teams in Conference A, their season is done. 4 have advanced. We will show you who those 4 are at the end of what will be our final game streamed during the conference stages. Conference B, MFAC Beasts, the undefeated team, the only one remaining on this side, taking on the Marauders in what will be a battle of number 1 versus number 2 currently on the ladder. That might all change at the end of this. It's going to be a absolutely fantastic game, perhaps a preview of what we might see in our knockout stages. So a fair bit on the line. Obviously, the Beast would love to finish the regular season undefeated. They still are kind of the favorites to take this whole tournament, at least in my eyes. So a little bit of a preview as well as to why I'm coming into this one with very high expectations, but I do not want to count those Marauders out either. There is definitely that opportunity that they can play spoiler, ruin the perfect season. Look, I mean, gridiron reference right here. New England Patriots, they made it all the way to the Super Bowl. They got beaten by the Giants, and I can see the Marauders rising up to a giant level if they're going to take this one right now. I'm excited to get into this one. We will be kicking off very, very soon, but I can also just look right over there. Hello, Twitch chat. I see Pikachu waving at me. I will wave back. Tell me who you think is going to take this one. Do you think it will be the Beasts? Do you think it'll be the Marauders? Because I am very curious. I want to know if I'm out of touch realistically. That's kind of what this is about, all right? I want to know how out of touch I am. Feel free to tell me. Either way, we're kicking this one off. We're onto the pitch right now. We are underway. On the blue side, it is the Beasts. On the orange side, it is the Marauders, and it is the Beasts with that initial kickoff going in their way. Log not able to fall through in the box just yet, but a good little dunk play actually does keep that offensive pressure at least maintained for now. Sparking, not able to get the clear. Log again going for the setup. Log again looking for that touch, but a save is made by Lemim, who has a very, very unique username. I don't think I need to really go into too much detail about that. B3B with the nice clear through the middle, and a follow-up shot by Emery is good. So, didn't take long. 1-0 in favor of the Beasts. Just over 30 seconds right here. You can see it was unfortunately a bad, well, not a bad touch. I'm going to call it an awkward touch coming from the Marauders side. Obviously, if you're going to try to get the touch down the middle, that usually means you're going to be looking for a pass or you're going to need to bang it through. That one was just kind of limply sort of dropped right there. And a fast team like the Beasts, a fast player like Emery, should be able to punish time and time again. Now, True Blue Aussie has a chance for redemption right now. Does keep some offensive pressure down. Emery goes for the challenge, wins it out. True Blue going to try and recover this. Does let the ball drop. Log actually is an awkward swing and a miss. That's not something you want to see coming from him in this instance. Emery now has a chance to sort of, all right, slow play. It does not have boost, and I'm not too sure actually the Marauders were aware, so they kind of definitely could have stepped up the challenge instead. Let Emery come to them. Emery now with possession. Again, this time with boost, instead opts to pass it to Log, who also doesn't have boost. And immediately, I'm going to call into a little bit of question right now the boost management coming from this Beast side, because it feels like every time they're able to push down the pitch, they're just running out of boost at inopportune moments, or the players with the boost are already completely out of position and giving priority over to another teammate. Emery uses all this boost right there to try and clear the ball down. And again, he's still holding on to possession, but he has no boost to play with. Log this time will be able to steal it away from him, looking for a setup back into the box. A double commit on defense. The first man is able to hit it. That was Lemim. Now let's see what True Blue Aussie can do. He's going to throw the ball towards the box. Nice touch by B3V. Follow through from Sparking. Will not get there in time as Log is able to get the clear. And that's how you do a mid-pitch pass. Fortunately for the Marauders side, you do have Lemim sitting there waiting. Now, MSHS, they've had a good season thus far, and I do not want to count them out, but I do want to see a bit more from them on the offensive side, because right now their defense is struggling. B3V able to find another true sniper shot in this right here as we take a look at the replay. Great touch off the wall, gets it right over the top of Sparking, and that's going to be a 2-0 game right now for the favorites in MFAC Beasts. Here we go. Just under 3 minutes to go. Lemim gets a touch, but doesn't want to follow through. He's content to just stay in the box and stay on defense, and that's concerning and a little bit unorthodox. I still feel he could have pushed forward. Someone should have pushed forward. If you feel you have the luxury to sit two players in the box, I feel like that means you can push forward and go for some of those balls that are in no man's land. Definitely hesitation coming from this Marauders side. And while hesitation, yes, does help your defense, it will create less opportunities for you to score the log run. And I think that's an aspect of play that I want to see the Marauders sort of turn around moving forward in this one. As it stands right now, though, Log doing a fantastic job of just making the defense look foolish. Finally, someone was able to get that clear to the opposite corner. Emery now looking for a setup, gets challenged, loses out, ball in the air, beaten by B3V, who taps the ball near the goal. Save is going to be made, but it forces a breakdown on the defense. Poor Lemim on his own, but Log with the fake doesn't actually connect on the shot. Good patience defense from Lemim, saving the Marauders in that instance. But with under 2 minutes to go, still no offensive really shown at all. Emery is nearly able to take it over the top. Log with the fall through, doesn't make contact with the ball. And now we can see a breakaway. Now we see an opening. True Blue's got to recover, but was a little bit too slow in the play. And the ball will be saved yet again by the Beast right now. First time we're really seeing them on defense, and it's looking a little sloppy, not going to lie. It took them a while to get the clear, but eventually they get it. Emery not feeling confident enough to catch that pass. Instead, we'll look for the second touch. Log, the one pushing it through. Lemim able to catch it, but instead True Blue is going to clear it down the other way. Just under 80 seconds to go in this one. Marauders still looking for their first goal, still looking for a way to fight back into this game. It's been a struggle for them thus far. We haven't seen too much offense at all from this orange side. It's pretty much been a beast-controlled game, and B3V has the boost, has the angle, but is unable to spike it in. I thought that was going to be gold. This is actually a little bit scary right now because the Beasts are creating so many opportunities for themselves that despite the score just being 2-0, there is a world where it's actually a lot worse. Marauders, I feel like, are a little bit beneficial in how close they're keeping this game, but the scoreline is not really reflecting how dominant the Beasts have been. Maybe the Marauders can turn it around right now. I think they definitely need to capitalize on any small opportunity that's given to them, but it's not meant to be the case. Instead, we're going to see that third goal going. A second for Emery with a beautiful pass play into the box to make it 3-0 in favor of the Beasts. As we watch this again right here, Emery just dropping that ball right for B3V, who drops it right back. The one-touch pass, as they call it in ice hockey, leads into a fantastic goal. So the Beasts starting to run away with this one a bit. Just under 30 seconds to go. I'd be feeling very comfortable right now if I were from or a fan of MFAC. Good little dunk, though, from True Blue. Ozzy nearly turns into the first goal for the orange side, but Emery is able to fall back and make that save. A last-ditch effort from True Blue will be stolen away by Emery. Perhaps Lamim can make something happen. Waterfall set up, but it's a little off target. And as a result, we are going to hit, 0 seconds, garbage time, empty calorie time, whatever you want to call it. It's going to end the game. No last-second score will follow through, and the MFAC Beasts take the first one with 3-0 scoreline. Yeah, as you can see right there, Emery kind of getting the quote-unquote MVP award. His 2 goals coming up big. Also had the save, but the biggest statistic right here, the one that is the difference in that game, 1 shot taken by the Marauders. 1 shot. That is it. That is a scary situation. That is not what you are going to be looking for. And that just comes from defense's inability to get those clears, to sort of push the ball out. The first touch on defense is always so important. It's not usually enough just to make a save. You have to make a save and put the ball in a position that either throws the ball all the way back to the opposite end of the pitch or passes it to a teammate who will be able to do that with boosted momentum. Being able to clear the ball is one of the most critical abilities on defense, because otherwise you're just going to be stuck in your own box playing defense throughout the entirety of the series. And I'm a little worried that was almost a mindset that the Marauders were looking to adapt. There were times balls rolling around in the middle of the pitch, yet I'm seeing 1 or 2 cars just sitting in the goal, not willing to push out, not willing to sort of turn and try and force a breakaway situation. And unless the Marauders are going to be willing to challenge the Beasts, that 3-0 scoreline more than likely is going to look worse. Now, the benefits of a best-of-5 does mean that the Marauders do have at least 2 more games to turn their fortune around, to improve their gameplay moving forward. We're already back onto the pitch. We're about to kick off our second game. Can the Marauders do it? That is the big question right now. I feel like they can. I'm hoping they can. We are underway, however. Let's see if they can pull this one off. Opening kickoff. Oh! Nearly a straight goal for the Beast. Emery still looking to punish, but isn't quite able to follow it through. Now, I'm going to be a little distracted at the moment. Not as distracted as the defense, as B3V is able to get that goal right there. As a fantastic situation looking for this Beast side. There we go. All right, I'm back. Look, I'm not going to say exactly what happened, but I'll give you guys a hint. I was a little bit tangled up. No longer the case. Back onto the pitch we go. 12 seconds in, already a goal for the Beast. They're looking quite strong in this one. True Blue Aussie, though, doesn't have the breakaway because B3V is there. And that's interesting. True Blue, instead of, driving back to the other end of the pitch, tried to reverse into the boost and wound up missing it entirely. So that's just extra time working against this Marauder team. And that extra bit of time helps the Beast set themselves up. And that is going to be another goal. A nice flick from Emery, but it was the follow-through from Log. Perfectly positioned, a cheeky little second touch off of that top crossbar, and that's going to be a 2-0 lead going in favor of the Beasts. It took them less time to score 2 goals than it took them to score 1 in the first game, and that is not a trend that I think the Marauders were looking to see. This is a bit what I was fearful of, however, just because there were so many opportunities in that first game for the Beasts to get some goals that they couldn't really run it up. Well, now they're actually starting to connect on those shots, and this is really going to be a struggle for the Marauders. Oh my goodness. Emery nearly banging that one in. It's a nice touch and a nice save at the moment. Here we go. Interesting play. Emery rotating back. He's going to try and get a bit of a touch. Nope, he lets the ball just bounce right over his head. Okay, B3V instead is going to be the one who tries to bang it through. Nice crutch by True Blue. Unfortunately, it did look as if Sparking was a little bit too close behind him. Still making the best of the situation. A bit of pressure there. Where's the third man? The third man's back in the goal. Lamine, too afraid to move out of the box. If he had been pushing forward, if he had been in the middle of the pitch, as opposed to in his own goal, he could have pushed forward and taken that shot. So I'm, again, seeing the same mistakes coming from this Marauders side that I saw in game number 1. And it's really holding them back, unfortunately. They need to be willing to push forward. They need to play the middle of the pitch, especially when on offense. They can't afford to be playing this passively. Lamine right now, trying to get that next touch, is unable to get the flick. B3V now looking to push forward, does bump Lamine off the ball, but here we see that follow through. And you can see the Beasts doing what the Marauders are seemingly afraid to do, and that's go for tighter rotations. That's sending 3 people on offense, trusting that you have the speed to fall back on defense should a breakaway arrival. Right now, Emery, he's looking for that goal right there. B3V actually gets in his own teammate's way a bit, so they were going to try and pinch it down, not able to connect on it. Ball rolling in the box at the moment. That's a very weak touch. Fortunately, True Blue is able to bang it through, but again, now has to play the backward, slows the pace down Emery. A backward setup, B3V is there, and that's going to be a goal. 3-0 right now for the Beast, but again, to further emphasize the point I've been trying to make, watch where the third man is. Log is in that other corner because he is aware if a clear attempt is going to be made by the Marauders, it's going to go to that corner, and he wants to be there to challenge. He can rely on Emery in that situation to rotate back. He would be that third man back. You don't need to sit someone in the goal to be there. You just need to rotate properly. You can play corner post defense. You can make rotating saves. You don't need to sit someone in the box when on offense. That is just my humble caster opinion of an area where I feel the Marauders can improve their gameplay. Hopefully in the future, maybe even the next game, or maybe even later in this game, we'd start to see them implement that. But at the moment, this passive play while on offense is what is holding them back. Now the Beasts on offense, they look absolutely phenomenal. They're so good at keeping that pressure on. However, this time it's leading to a bit of a breakaway. Emery's going to steal that ball back, but gets demos. True Blue tries to drop the ball in the box, a little bit too much power behind it, and B3V able to make that read. Now B3V going to try and clear it back to the middle of the pitch. Caught by Emery. Shot on target, but not going to find its mark. True Blue does get beaten over the top. Log puts a shot on target. A double commit on defense, but Sparkling is able to maintain the position in the box. However, True Blue is going to be looking to drive the ball forward for the Marauders. Good save by B3V to stop it. And what is going on? Lamine was upside down in his own goal when we went back there. I'm not too sure what that was. Either way, 2 members in the box with 1 person pushing forward. The Marauders falling for that same trap. I don't mean to sound like a broken record, but that is what is holding back their offensive play right now. They're just not committing to it. And down 3 goals, just over a minute remaining. Now is the time when you have to commit to it. Otherwise, you're just simply going to run out of time. Here comes True Blue again, looking for that individual play. And you can see in the background, both the players are still sitting in the box. It's driving me a little crazy right now. I do apologize for that. I just want to see the Marauders, get aggressive and start to really challenge the Beast, because the Beast at times have been looking a little bit sloppy with some of their touches. Here we go, Emery. Going to see what he can do with Log right now. Going for a reset, unable to flick that one through. And now True Blue going to push it forward. B3 throws the ball back towards the goal. Lamine able to catch it. Log gets a touch over one. Sparking alone now on defense. Log just takes it straight over the top. And we are looking at a 4-0 lead in favor of the Beasts. They are quite comfortably in control of this second game. They're looking to get a 3-0 sweep now. I am noticing Recon right there. I saw that. Cheeky little league player. You know what? Now, Rocket League is a game that you can play on Steam or on the Epic Store. And, when you see those Steam logos, I see, or even Epic Store, you know what? League of Legends isn't a game you play on either of those. So why are you using League logos on a client that doesn't let you play League of Legends? That is my question to you, Log. Emery's going to find yet another goal. At this stage, they are just scoring at will, it seems. There's a reason why this team is undefeated. It's because they have simply been the best in Conference B, as Log puts in yet another one to make it 5-0. So here we go. 5-0 the scoreline right now. Can the Marauders find one more cheeky goal? Will they actually send their team on the offensive side of the pitch? Log now with possession. He's going to be looking for that breakaway. Gets the flick over Lamine. The follow-through shot from B3V is good. And we're looking at 6-0 all of a sudden. They have scored 3 goals in the past 20 seconds. it feels like. As you can see, Log, a great pass. It actually was a bit of a pinch off of Lamine that takes it into the back of the net. And things going from bad to worse, unfortunately, for the Marauders. With 14 seconds remaining, do we see one more cheeky goal? Perhaps. True Blue unable to make the touch off the wall, and here goes B3V trying to set up a swing and a miss from Sparking. True Blue goes up a B. That's Log, actually, who goes up a little bit higher. Emery with possession off the corner. They are going to go for that 0-second goal. B3V going to try and turn it around. Emery trying to bump Orange Cars off the ball. Demos, and the ball touches. So the Beasts take game number 2, 6-0. I think it's become quite apparent where I feel the Marauders are, where they need to improve moving forward. That element of gameplay that is lacking from them, and it's just too much of a defense focus, too much of a willingness to just sit in that box and sort of wait and hope that the Beasts make a misplay and then counterattack from it. Against other teams, this strategy could work, and that could be a reason why they're so heavily reliant on it, okay? I've been kind of down on this strategy a lot, but I do see at times where it can come into effect. If you're going up against a team that is prone to making mistakes, prone to losing possession of the ball when attempting to dribble, when you stay in the box, it puts you in a better position to sort of just launch yourself at it and turn it into a quick counterattack and turn it into a goal. But here's the thing. The Beasts aren't making those mistakes. So all what you're doing is you're missing out on opportunities to challenge them further up the pitch, hoping that they might do something, make that miss, and then as a result, you know, they're getting opportunity after opportunity after opportunity, and the Marauders, again, put hardly any shots on target. They need to turn it around offensively. Now, if you want to play that counterattack game, I mentioned it before, go for those rotations. The first man who misses, or the first man who even gets a touch but finds the ball sort of in an awkward spot, rotate back around. Worst case scenario, you play some sort of post defense, you get a sweeping clear save, and then you turn that momentum around and you turn it more into a back and forth volley type game. That's just not what the Marauders have been able to do. They've been too reliant on defense, playing too far back, and it's been punishing them. Maybe this game they will turn it around, but it's not looking good as Log immediately, 15 seconds in, is able to get a quick goal. As we see this replay right here, it's really a perfectly passed by Emery, just straight into that box. Now, both the defenders were aware Log was coming through, but neither of them able to do much to stop it. So the Beasts, once again, have that 1-0 lead against a team that has yet to score a goal in this series. And you can see already Marauders breaking down, bumping into each other. A flick play gets it over the top of the True Blue Aussie. Has time to recover, come back around right now. Ball is still in no man's land. B3V with boost, with time to work, with Sparking sitting in the box. Double touch attempt, not going to be good. Emery's going to go up for it, going to keep that offensive pressure there. Ball bouncing back down. A chance for a clear, not quite going to commit. Let's see what Log can do. Oh, everyone on the defense is missing. That's going to be the goal. Emery will be the one to bang it in. Triple commit, no one able to touch the ball. And the Marauders are just falling apart at the seams, unfortunately. I guess that counts as a known goal because it bounced off an orange car. I don't know. I'm not going to count it. That's not going to count as a known goal for me. That was a Emery banger of a shot. 2-0 in favor of the Beasts, and it's probably not going to change anytime soon. Emery looking for Log, touching the ball up off of the roof. No! Top crossbar is able to make the save. True Blue, there we go. Some corner defense gets that sweeping clear, and look at that. It's turning into a bit of offensive pressure. Now we get to see the Marauders moving down the pitch. They put the shot on target. They nearly get that goal. Already perhaps more offensive pressure challenging in the corner, but nope, they are going to lose it. Sparking never went past mid-pitch. He was still very timid, still very nervous to sort of run out of that rabbit hole, and I do not blame him. Those Beasts are playing like hawks in this instance, and sometimes you just feel safer hiding in your own goal underground, but you gotta sort of peek out if you want to eat some food, and maybe now will be that chance as you see True Blue taking it across the pitch, but Log already there waiting. Here comes the setup pass back to Emery, doesn't get the touch. Here we go. Nope, not able to turn around. It's a better touch by B3V. Now Sparking, passing it to True Blue. Doesn't get the touch on the wall, and that should open the door for Emery, actually, to get a nice little bounce. Goes for the pinch, but B3V got there a little bit too early, so instead we find the ball going to the left side of the goal. Follow-up shot by Emery, keeping it in the corner. Log now. He might be the next one. No, it's actually going to be Emery who tries to challenge, but gets beaten out by True Blue. Play on the wall, one boost remaining, does get the touch, doesn't get the second, however, as it's stolen off of him. Sparking, falling back to his own corner, going to be challenged by B3V, bumped off the ball. Sparking not able to get down underneath it. Finally, we see a clear attempt. They are going to get it onto the blue side as well. Emery, good shadow defense, steals it away from Travis. So now Emery looking to pass it back to B3V, Sparking with a touch. Looking to turn this around. True Blue gets a demo as well. There's only one defender at the moment, and it's not going to matter because he does not have the boost or the willingness to go up to stop Emery as he's going to bang this one through. Watching this replay right here, B3V, a beautiful pass to Emery, and you can see Travis just didn't pre-jump it in time, was not able to get the height needed, or the height in this instance, and unfortunately for the Marauders, 3-0 scoreline, still yet to find their first goal in this series as the Beasts are essentially doing whatever they want to whomever they want on their path to glory. Their path to that undefeated season is only 2 minutes and 8 seconds away. 7-0 is what they're looking for, and they're doing it in such an emphatic fashion. Again, the Marauders are a team that I do believe have qualified for the top 4 in this conference. And this is what the Beasts are doing to them. This is why the Beasts are a favorite in this tournament. They have just been playing so well from start to finish. As you can see right here, you know, it's a good little touch right there. Perhaps the Marauders can turn this into something. B3V loses possession in the box. 2 players take shots, none of them able to touch the ball, and Log is eventually able to clear it through. B3V trying to feather a little bit, trying to redirect himself, won't be able to touch the ball in this instance. And sorry, I've been calling him Travis. His name is actually Try Trends. My apologies to Mr. TT. I will get your name for the final minute 20 left in this one. It was a substitute that was made in between games. Emery is going to challenge, not quite win out on that one, as we see another attempt coming from the Marauders. Just over a minute to go. Will they be able to find their first goal, their only goal in this series? Should it end with that score line? As here we go. We've actually lost the scoreboard right now. We're playing blind. There we go. All right, it is back. 55 seconds remaining. Tight situation. Emery takes the shot, not able to hit his mark. Not yet, at least. True Blue actually looking to turn it back around. That's going to go in, and there you go. Goal scored by the Marauders side. It took them 2 games, 4 minutes, and 16 seconds to find their first goal. But eventually, True Blue, who had been going for that mid-pitch wall shot time and time again, is able to connect on it so the Marauders can hold their head high. They were able to get 1 goal now. Emery with the ball. I do not know who the other players are. We're just going to call them by their colors. So Dominus Orange able to take it away. Log now with a bit of a touch. There we go. Names back on the pitch right there. B3V looking to push forward. 30 seconds remaining. Ball in the box, pass out to B3V, throwing it back to Emery, but no, True Blue in reverse, throwing it back into the box. 18 seconds ago, B3 going to try to go the distance. Ball's going to drop. No, and a save right there from Sparking. Actually one of the best saves I've seen. However, 10 seconds remaining. I don't think the miracle comeback is happening. No reverse sweeps today, just pure domination from the undefeated team in Conference B, the MFAC Beasts. Get it done 3-0 with a 3-1 score line in our final game. Absolutely amazing for this team, and they are that team to beat next week. That is for sure. Emery gets the MVP of this game. To be perfectly honest, he would be the MVP of that series in my eyes. He was the one, kind of essentially that golden striker. He was the one who was challenging the most as well. Log right behind him a lot of the times. But these two as a duo were really, really, really great. These are the 2 players to watch out for as we move on to the next stages now. Game number 1, they did look sloppy. Game number 1, I have some worries about because there were more opportunities. They could have run up that score a little bit more. In fact, really throughout that entire series, I feel like they could have run up that score a little bit more. So the Beasts as a team, they're not unbreakable. They do bleed, but they don't bleed much. Hence, you know, their undefeated record. For the Marauders, I do believe we will be seeing more of them in the future. That said, it's now time to sort of announce who those top 4 teams are from Conference A. I'm not sure if we have the graphic for it or if I'm just going to have to read some super secret notes. We do have the graphic, so let's pull that bad boy up. Let's see who those 4 teams are. It is STMC Black up top, Chisholm College Maroon in second, STMC Gold in third, and Chisholm College Green in fourth. That is right. Chisholm College Green were able to get it through at the very end. they did have that tiebreaker in their favor, and I believe it just comes from one more game win, as it turns out. So it was a very, very tight situation. I mean, that tiebreaker right there, you can see 4 teams finishing with a 4-3 record, and unfortunately for the Redback first, the tiebreakers do not fall in their favor, and they fall just that little bit short as Chisholm Green do advance in that 4th spot. Now, we are still calculating and still figuring out the results from Conference B. However, if we bring up the standings just from the start of the day, if possible, I can kind of throw down an accurate prediction of who those top 4 teams are going to be. You can see right here, the Beasts still 6-0. They will be getting through. 2nd and 3rd place, Good Shepherd Origin and the Marauders, well, they were each mathematically in. The only score that matters at this stage would be the Shalom Steel. We are still waiting to find out whether or not they have won their match and have advanced. Now, I can't tell you for sure as well if Good Shepherd Origin were able to win their game. We are still going to be waiting to figure it out. But under the assumptions that each of these sides did win their matches against Trinity College, it would be a case of the Beasts in 1st, Origin 2nd, Marauders 3rd, Shalom Steel 4th. That is if they each beat, Trinity College 2 and 1, or rather 1 and 2, respectively, in that situation. Again, I do not have the results. I'm just going based on, let's go with gut and prior knowledge, assuming that both of these games have gone that way. People are nodding. They're shaking their head. I do believe that is the case. So the top 4 teams will be Beasts, Good Shepherd Origin, Marauders, Steel. Yes, this hasn't been updated, but that still will be the top 4 in that order. So those will be the 8 teams advancing to the knockout stage. Oh, it's going to be fun next week. There's going to be some crazy Rocket League because it's going to be our quarters, our semis, and our grand finals, something that I hope to see people there waiting, willing, watching, because at the end of it all, we will be crowning our champion. On that note, I do believe it is time to say good night for us here at XP Esports. It's been another great day of Rocket League. That first series between Chisholm Green and the Makos Maroons, one of the best I've seen in this tournament. An absolute blast. Series number 2 as well, the Beasts, showcasing why they are that top team. So a huge congratulations to them as well. Now, how will each of these teams perform? Because I'm pretty sure with the way how things line up, we're actually going to be seeing Chisholm Green take on the Beasts. Maybe not on stream, but they probably are going to be playing against each other if my understanding is correct. So that's just fun to think about. Either way, I have been one Maximilian Thor von Neumann, a.k.a. Formal Casting, and it has been a pleasure covering the action yet again. I will see you all next week.